Jai Shri Ram. My dear friends, in this video, I want you to take a look at my collection of Bhagavad Gitas. This is an artwork I made long ago. It's a collage. Now I just want you to take a look at all my Bhagavad Gitas, the collection of commentaries written by various scholars. I will first give you an overview and then we will take a closer look at each book. Now you might be wondering, why do we need so many commentaries? Well, the reason is there are many shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita where each interpreter has a different view, and many shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita are not easy to understand. It requires assistance from somebody who has undertaken all the trouble, and therefore you see there are so many commentaries written by amateurs or people who lack knowledge of Sanskrit. So, and then there are others who have completely distorted the meanings too. Well, I think honestly I must tell you, those people who try to see parallels between Bhagavad Gita and scriptures of other religions are most mistaken, because Bhagavad Gita is purely spiritual, whereas the holy books of other religions are extremely dogmatic, and therefore there is no comparison at all. And it is a sign of inferiority complex. Whenever you see I find an author trying to, show off his knowledge of the scriptures of other religions, he only displays his lack of understanding of the other religions, which are fundamentally predatory. Now let us get a little bit closer. Now this is Gita philosophy by Anantacharya. The original book is not available, so I had to download and make a copy. Excellent reading. Eknath Ishwaran, 3 volumes. This is not so very interesting, because again he takes all kinds of he makes all kinds of inferences and tries to see parallels. Well, now this is one thing. This is Acharya Prashant of late. He is quite popular. He also gives some very interesting interpretations, though I do not agree with some of them. It's worth reading. Now this is one of my favorite. This is actually published by the ISKCON. This is based on Subodhini, Sridhara Swami's commentary. This is excellent. This collection is very good. You can get this book. You can take a note. Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita Grammar. It's 3 volumes. And then I have this. These are, of course, many authors are there. You can take a close look. And this is Sadhaka Sanjeevani, Gita Press, Swami Ram Sukdas. This is excellent. And then you see this Bhagavad Gita home study course by Swami Dayananda Saraswati of Arshavidya, Chennai. This is excellent. It is a set of 9 volumes. And these are all so many other authors. And here I want you to make a note of this book, A Concordance to the Principal Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita. This is a book written in 1891 by Colonel G.A. Jacob. And this is such a wonderful book. Long ago, when I was studying the Gita, I wanted to know where this word occurs, because Gita is supposed to be the essence of all the Upanishads. So obviously the word must have occurred in some other Upanishad. So when I wanted to know where the word occurs in other Upanishads, I had to do a lot of work. And I thought maybe I should sit down to research all the Upanishads and then do cross-referencing and compile this book. Fortunately, by Krishna's grace, the next day when I was out shopping, I found this book. I think that's a miracle in my life. This is an awesome book. For every word that occurs in the Bhagavad Gita, you see this man, this Englishman, Colonel G.A. Jacob, 1891. He wrote this book. This is another wonderful book. Now, if you take a look at some of the other books which are my favorites, of course, Mahatma Gandhi's book is there, but I think it's a very poorly interpreted book. His understanding of Gita is very, very limited. So I consider it extremely substandard. Even Sarvepalli Radhakrishna, this is Sarvepalli Radhakrishna's book, but again he makes every effort. In every page he quotes from other scriptures which are fundamentally very, very dogmatic and doctrinaire, and so there's hardly any parallel. So my rating, this of course, the Bhagavad Gita by Sir Edwin Arnold, this is an awesome book. Yeah, it is in free verse, excellence. The Bhagavad Gita, the Song Celestial by Sir Edwin Arnold. This is amazing reading. Swami Abhedananda. And then you have Yogananda's God Talks with Arjuna. This is wonderful again. And Jnaneshwari. Jnaneshwari, Bhavartha Deepika by composed by Sri Jnanadeva. This is the Hindi version from Gita Press. Now other favorites of mine are Srimad Bhagavad Gita Tattva Vivechani by Jayadayal Goyandka, Gita Press. This is fantastic. You must keep a copy. Prabha Duneja, The Legacy of the Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. This is also wonderful. Yes, Swami Prabhupada. I had a darshan of Prabhupada when I was probably 8 to 10 years old, 9 years old. And amazing. Based mainly on bhakti, wonderful. This was my initial inspiration. Then Chidbhavananda, Swami Chidbhavananda of Ramakrishna Math. His book is also fantastic, very wonderfully written. Then you have this Ram Sukdas ji, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Ram Sukdas ji, Sadhaka Sanjeevani. This is also a wonderful book. Amazing research he has done. This is Swami Chinmayananda, Chinmaya Mission. His lectures have been recorded here. The Art of Man Making, Part 1 and Part 2. That's also very good. Swami Gambhirananda. This is also a wonderful book. This is a translation of Madhusudana Saraswati's commentary on Bhagavad Gita. And this is called Gudhartha Deepika. Then you have Ramanuja on the Gita. And one of my favorites is Swami Mukundananda. This is a book available on the net. This is very good. He gives wonderful explanations. He quotes, Kabir and gives explanations which will appeal to the modern mind, especially the current generation. So this is Shivananda's. This is Annie Besant. Annie Besant also did great work. Her commentary on Bhagavad Gita is fantastic. That is Tilak, Gita Rahasya. Right? Bal Gangadhar Tilak's Gita Rahasya. So finally, this is another of my favorites. Gita Makarandam by Swami Vidyaprakasananda, whose disciple was Swami Malayala Swami. This is fantastic, Gita Makarandam. This is by the message of the Gita by Swami Aurobindo. And this is another one, Swami Tapasyananda is also very good. Swami Rama and Abhinava Gupta. This is Gita Sangraha. Gita Sangraha, Gita Press. 25 Gitas are there in that. And then we have Gita Amritam, Gita Nidarshana by Anantanand Rambachan. These are excellent books. Very wonderfully interpreted. Excellent explanation which will appeal to any modern mind. And here, this is another good book. Amazing Secrets of the Bhagavad Gita. So my dear friends, I hope you will be inspired by this. In fact, I thought this was necessary because I have come across some people who claim that they have read the Gita and have understood. Honestly, I have been studying it for the last 30 years. There are some shlokas which only Krishna can explain. Anybody who thinks he knows the Gita, he really doesn't know it. Tadidam Gita Shastram Samasta Vedartha Sara Sangraha Bhutam Durvijneyartham. Adi Shankaracharya said, the Bhagavad Gita is the summary of all the Vedas and it's very difficult to understand. When Adi Shankaracharya is making such a statement, how can a mere mortal say that he has understood the Bhagavad Gita? Jai Shri Ram.